welcome back to Let's Go Minecraft. Got a lot of things planned today, but first off, let's go over a few things. So we added a few additional mods since the last episode. Just two of them. One is to help with rendering entities like signs and pots and things from further away. The other one is a mob animation and texture pack. You'll see what I mean by that as you watch the video. And thank you guys for the response you had on the last video. Really appreciate it. I was just coming off strep throat, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to get that first video out. But in between last video and this one, this is what I've been up to. So got myself a boat and went on a little journey, basically looking for geodes at the bottom of the ocean. Sometimes they generate. Ended up running into a mushroom island. Thought that mushroom stems would look good on the house, but I forgot you need silk touch. Felt like such a noob, just sitting there wasting the stems like that. But yeah, we got mushrooms on this island and everything. This is gonna be pretty cool to come back out here, collect some of these stems as soon as we have silk touch. Because yeah, you can't get the caps either. But oh well, it's still a pretty cool find, even though the mushrooms nudging me there. Right around the corner, found a guardian farm in this weirdly generated land, but good thing is some sugarcane. Needed some sugarcane for some future projects, of course, and then of course you need it for books and enchanting, so I'm gonna pick this up for sure. Oh, and some of y'all may have noticed in the last episode for my intro that we had this outpost here that I didn't do anything with last episode. Not gonna do anything with it this episode either, but we will come check this thing out soon, I promise. And then we had to go explore, and we had to find a geode, so I went ahead and started down this ravine and just kind of headed down. Found all kinds of stuff while I was down here, by the way. All kinds of goodies, some coal, some copper, some iron, and we found the geode we were looking for, along with some gold and the first diamonds of the world. And the second diamonds. So I kept looking and I found another geode and then a mine shaft with some lapis and some more diamonds and of course some crates with a name tag and some redstone. Fought all kinds of baddies and of course you know I died a lot. I would say it was a pretty successful resource gathering mission. Would you like to see what we got? Because I got a whole chest of stuff right here. Here we go. So this is everything that I got on that resource gathering mission. Tons of copper, tons of iron. Got amethyst shards. We got lapis. We got diamonds. We even got slime. And then over here we got some deep slate. We got some dripstone. We got a name tag. We got all kinds of goodies. Now today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting these villagers situated. I'm talking about an automated villager breeder. We're going to get one of those set up. Now, other than that, I've been talking to the villagers. I've been trying to figure out what they need and what they want. And, well, this one villager, his name is Bob, who's talking to me. He's like, man, you know what? I am really hungry. We have no cow meat. We have nothing. It's just not there. So what I'm going to do first thing today is I'm going to come right on over here and I'm going to grab these cows and we're going to go set up a true legit cow pen all set up, get them fed, get them having babies. Let's get some meat and some leather. Come on, let's go. All right, you guys stay down here for a little while I go and find where the pen's going to go. I think I have the perfect spot. Right back here behind the starter base is this little cove, right kind of wrapped around with trees. It's a really good spot. I think right here would be a perfect place. Let's go ahead and start building that pen. Right here. Now, one thing every cow pen needs is a source of water and some food. So let's go ahead and get a little watering hole set up right here. We're going to make this look nice and pretty. Of course, it can't be too symmetrical. It needs to kind of be off a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more natural. We'll come back with some water, but let's go ahead and get the cows in for now. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's get you in your new pen. I think this will be big enough. Let's get you guys fed and let you guys have some babies. Start getting some babies going on up in here while we start working on the path that leads up to your pen. Just a simple little path here will work. Cut some of this stuff away. Alright, that's a start. Now let's get in here and try and finish up this water here. Hey, get back in here. Come on, Bessie. Get back in here. Try to have a little escape artist here. Come on. Alright. Don't look at me like that. I'm trying to get you some water, alright? Come on, move out the way. Let me get some water going on here. So if we put a water source here and a water source over here on the other side, then the water in the middle will be a continuous source of water that we can just use over and over again. So now what I'm going to do here is build up the texture a bit. So I want there to be kind of like a rocky, stony feature that's just outside the pin. Maybe even make it as kind of part of the pin where the fences kind of just run straight into it. Right here by where the pond is. So I'm going to put a few of these stone blocks kind of scattered around here in the pond itself. Just to kind of show that, holy Jesus, what the heck? Oh man, this thing here. I mean, just die. Thank you. Oh man. So about this pond, yeah, so we're gonna get a few more pieces of this dirt gone. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up too while we're at it. Oh, that creeper. Alright, there we go, all nice and filled. So yeah, some of this stone, just kind of carry it over to some other places in the pond. And then we're going to put some seaweed and some seagrass inside. So you can place seagrass on stone, which is really cool. Gives it a nice texture to it. Gives it kind of some motion on the inside of the water, you know what I mean? Yeah, you like that, huh? It's a nice little pond. Now that seaweed's going to grow another level. Kind of give it even more. That cow's swimming, boy. Look at that thing go. Let's put another little rock here. Alright, let's get some bone meal. The best thing around an area if you feel like there's not enough going on, bone meal. Grass, flowers, depending on the biome that you're in. Make it nice and pretty. Now, one thing that cows do need is food, and they like wheat, so let's go ahead and take out our hoe here and create like a little farm. We don't want to create something too, I don't know, which would you call it, too samey? So just some random spots of hoed ground would be good, and then plant some wheat. Now let's work on this rock feature. So using andesite to kind of break up the cobblestone will help out a little bit, give it a little bit more texture. Also bringing in buttons, walls, and slabs also kind of gives it a little bit more of an appeal. Now I'm going to kind of set up the main structure here, and then I'm going to start kind of carrying that down into the ground. By putting the andesite and the cobblestone in the ground itself, it kind of gives it more weight. It makes it look like it's you know, nested into the dirt instead of just sitting on top of it. Buttons are your best friend when it comes to pathways and things like this with rock features, because they're basically just rocks. They're little rocks that stick out of the ground. It gives it a little bit more texture, a little bit more character, and kind of makes it to where you can trickle in the rock features a little bit more. Of course, you put a few slabs in place, then all of a sudden you have different levels. Instead of just your normal block size, it kind of brings it up a level and gives it to where you have more dynamic structure. And then you use the walls to give it kind of like the spiky look. But yeah, here we go. Here's a little rock feature. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, now that we got the cows all situated, we need a place to store their wheat. So I'm thinking we build a little, I don't know, lean-to or overhead kind of a thing to be able to get out of the rain if we need to. That kind of thing. I think that'll look good right here off to the side. Ooh, but you know what? First, we need to light this place up. We don't want any creepers spawning in with the cows, or even worse, skeletons. Because I'm telling you, I've died like 4 times while building this thing, and it turned nighttime. But anyway, after that's done, let's go ahead and get this thing built. Just using a little bit of spruce wood and some oak planks. Now these oak planks work perfect with the crafting table, and I think that looks awesome, like a little wall of tools, you know what I mean? We're gonna use some deep slate for the roof here, so and there we go. There's our little overhang, perfect to get out of the rain and to hold all our wheat. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, hold on, we got one more thing we got to take care of before we can say it's all done. Come here, fishy. And I've got just the place for you two, right inside the pond. You're a little big for the pond, but hey, it livened things up a little bit, you know, give some movement. And that's it. Our cow pen is complete. Next up is the villager farm, but first let's go ahead and zoom out and get a nice look at what we made. Alright, so now that we have the cows their own little home and the villagers are all happy because they have a steady supply of meat and leather to put on boots to where they can handle that horrible powdered snow. Well, now we're going to take care of the villagers themselves. So we're going to set up an automated villager breeder, and yeah, I'm not excited to move these villagers around. They're always a pain. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use rails and carts to get them up here. So we're going all the way to the top of the mountain, and inside this peak right here, we're going to set up a little farm for them. So first up is a 2x9 space to where we can stick the villagers' beds in. Now the whole point of this farm is that, of course, villagers need beds. They associate with one of these beds, and then they notice, hey, there's more beds available, so I can have a baby. Now, of course, those villagers have to have food on them in order for that to happen. So what we're going to do here is we're going to dig another 9x2 space out and put trapdoors. Now these trapdoors to the villagers exist as walkable blocks, but they can't actually walk on them. They just walk right over them and then fall down. So we're going to put our little farm right here that the villager farmer can go ahead and use to farm food and give to the other villager. And once they have enough food, bam, we got us a villager baby. Now that villager baby is gonna run off to the beds because they like to jump on beds. And when they do that, they're gonna fall right down the hole that we put the trapdoors on. Now a key part to that is that the villagers, we don't want the 2 villagers to fall down that same hole. So 1 block up, or 2 blocks up, you're going to want to put trapdoors and open them up to where the villagers can't pass, but the villagers still read those as passable blocks. Because of this, they're able to still register with the beds, so all this stuff still works. The fun part is always moving these villagers and getting them where you want them to go. Luckily, I found a whole lot of rails, and I just made some mine carts, and I'm going to force them to go where they need to go. So I used a mine cart with a furnace in it to help push the villagers right on up to where I want them to go. And yeah, just led the rails all the way to the little farm that I wanted them in. One neat thing that I forgot to mention is that the hole that the baby villagers fall into is going to have water on the ground to where, of course, the villagers don't die when they fall, but they're going to fall far enough away from the beds to where they desync from the bed that they attach to. And because of this, this villager farm will constantly produce villager babies. You can turn it off by putting blocks to block the path of the 2 adult villagers to the beds, and that will turn it off. Now, why am I doing this? Villagers are crazy OP whenever it comes to villager farms and villager trading posts. Now, I am definitely going to make a villager trading system here. We are on 1.20, not 1.20.2. 1.20.2 I believe is going to have some villager nerfs where a lot of the good things that you get from villagers are going to be harder to get. I'm not going to be updating to it right away. Let's just say that. Villagers are really cool to have, and I haven't gotten a chance to build a full-blown villager trading post yet with all the good stuff that they can do. So now that the 2 villagers are up here, as you see, the farmer is steadily farming. He's doing his thing, you know, he's going around grabbing carrots. Eventually, he'll start giving food to the other villager that doesn't have a job. Yeah. Now, Bobby there, he'll collect the food up until a certain point, and once he has enough food, then the 2 villagers will start having heart animations happen. And that's when you know you're going to have a little baby coming soon. And there we have it. We have our first villager baby. I was so glad I'm able to save both of these villagers. I know we started off with a whole entire village, and then that one night happened. Oh, he came right out the door. Anyway, let's breed up these cows. There's one last thing I wanted to do in this world after the villager breeder, and that's something just as enchanting. So we're going to need a few things first. First things up is we're going to need some obsidian. So I just happen to know that this lava pool is right down here. We're going to get some obsidian going on that. And we're going to need one more thing, and that is the very first diamond pickaxe of the world. Here we go. We're finally in it. Let's go. All right. So we're going to go mine that obsidian up real quick. And while we're doing this task that takes forever, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a bit about the starter base. I know. We didn't do anything on the starter base other than the foundation. Well, at first I wanted calcite, but I'm not sure calcite is what I want anymore now that I saw the mushroom stems. So next up is enchanting table, to where we can get silk touch, to where we can pick them stems, and we can get started on the starter base. Let's go get it. God dang it, Jack came out of freaking nowhere. There's a couple of ores around here I wanted to go ahead and mine before I go back up. Just go ahead and mine some of these real quick. But yeah, that starter base, it's going to look awesome. I think mushroom stems are going to be perfect for it. Also some mushroom caps. Just going to work out great. Whoa, what was that? Oh man. Oh, well, this looks great. It's nice and raining and it's dark outside, you know. Yeah. Not ominous at all. No, everything's okay. Let's make it back to the base real quick. Wow. I wonder if this has something to do with me about to make an enchanter. No, I can't have nothing to do with that, huh? No. Let's just go ahead and make it back. That was close. Fire spread is on in this world, so lightning is a danger given that the entirety of the foundation of my base is wood. Let's just go ahead and get this made real quick. We got our enchanter, and look at that! How about that? As soon as we made our enchanter, the clouds parted, the skies cleared, and bam, no more thunder. Alright, it was like it was meant to be. Now we got a lot of big plans with this enchanting table. First of all, of course, is silk touch. We need to get the mushroom stems and get this house built. But until then, next time, I'm thinking, you know, after talking with Bob some more, they're really not the smartest of bunch. You know what I mean, those villagers? So I think what would really help them out is maybe a library. Maybe somewhere we can even put this enchanting table and get a whole enchanting setup going. I think that'll be best. So yeah, that's what's up next. We're going to build a library next episode for the villagers. Get them a little knowledge going, you know what I mean? Somewhere to put this enchanting table. Also, it gives us a chance to use some more 1.20 blocks, which is the new bookshelves. And maybe even start a comment of the day. So you guys out there, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what y'all want to see in this world. And I'm going to pick a comment of the day for next episode. Don't forget to hit a like, and if you want to, subscribe. See you guys next episode. Later.